Okay. That's done. That's done.
Okay, but we'll just give it about few minutes to see. I got some messages. Interesting. Annie, how are you? I see you.
Hello, I'm good. And you?
Good.
This Annie from the app.
That's Annie, Atlanta.
Oh, sorry.
Annie, I'm right? It's you.
Yes, it's me.
Okay. Before explain Annie even. Okay, about just a moment.
I'm not admin a wee battle, so.
Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome, sir. Thank you, Chief. See you, Chief Yoyo. And I come down. From I think New York. I think so. Idio, good to see you. Yes.
Nice seeing you again.
Thank you, sir.
Big smile.
Look, it's 7:04. We'll just give a couple of minutes. I think they were closest to this eyeball. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
We can now add another 64,000 power outages. So just for the state of Louisiana, you're over 560. But I want to end with this, Pamela. This is interesting. Records go back to
Thank you, sir. Okay, just one more minute and then we're starting.
It got in Emedio.
Ah, the hardest working man.
I'm here.
Good to hear you.
Thank you. I am finishing with another meeting, my local chapter meeting. So I'm here.
You're here fully now? Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our time is 7:06. We start 7:07 on the dot. So you're at
Madam Vice President, JD. Oh. About.
It's good to see you.
Eh?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Huh? Oh, okay.
Oh, JD.
I did not go.
Oh. Carry out.
I'm in Canada now.
Nah, get away.
Now.
Okay. Now,
Have fun, but the time now is 7:07. My time, Eastern time. We socket million. So we are going to start because time is of essence. Median, today is Sunday. Well, I just want to welcome everyone to this session, and I want to say a very big thank you to AKISAN members here.
So this is a big concern.
Mr. National President came in with a great vision for the organization. Try to see how to move with this vision to create things that can add value to AKISAN members and move us progressively in a positive direction. Chief, line for thank you. Chief, please mute it. Thank you. And considering that so much has been happening in this COVID pandemic era, we have lost a lot of people, sadly. This is one of the things that we looked at to encourage our people to think and how to be guarded, how to help our families not to worry too much, not just from the loss, but from the financial strain that it places on them. So tonight, that's the purpose of this webinar, to kind of enlighten us a little bit and encourage us to think about life insurance policy. So we have two people to share this information with us tonight. That is in the person of Mr. Moisong and our very own, the hardest working man in Atlanta, Dr. Wemekwan. So tonight, I'm going to open up by inviting Mr. Moisong to start up and open the floor. And after that, Dr. Wemekwan will pick up on the same subject, and we will have a question time. So over to you, Mr. Moisong. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. How are you? How's everybody doing?
Good, but please keep an eye on admitting. Sorry.
Yes, forgive me. I have to do two jobs right now, so I'm going to be going back and forth. So
Sorry.
For a little bit. Akwa song.
Yeah.
Akwa song.
The muted.
Oh, and the on the video dinner, but please. Hello, everybody. I'm going to take this opportunity.
Okay.
Madam Chair, you say something?
Yeah.
Madam Chair, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I thought you were saying something. So
No,
I'm still admitting people. So Madam, I thank you very much. I thank the chair lady for putting this together. I also thank the president and the whole administration for the great job they've been doing, trying to bring awareness to this life insurance program. Most of all, I can congratulate the executive for a great job that they did in Atlanta. I welcome everybody back home. So great job and thanks everybody. I'm in Moisong. I'm in the Tampa chapter. I'm also a member of the welfare committee, and I appreciate and welcome the opportunity to talk about the life insurance. That's been my basic, my job for the past 20-something years, almost 28 years. Worked for so many different companies. And now I'm just concentrating basically on my company and myself. So I'm happy for the opportunity to talk to you about this. I'm going to share a screen now because I do have a presentation which I put together mainly for the convention that we had. Anybody that was in the business summit. Saw a little clip of it because it didn't quite go 100% because we had a short time to do this, and there was some little glitch as far as internet connection, so it didn't quite go the way that it was supposed to go. So basically, that's what I'm going to go through quickly. Okay. So this is about life insurance. It's been my passion for years. My agency is Ibom Insurance Agency, and by the time I'm done, though, I mean, you all know, obviously, I'm AKISAN in Florida. I've been licensed for, like I said, over 25, 26 years. I'm licensed to do business in many states. Specifically, I'm in every state that Akwa Ibom Association is in. So the 32, 33 states, so I can do that. Here's the first screen here. By the time I'm pretty much done here, I want to be able to raise a little bit of awareness on life insurance protection. The executive and Madam Chairman has done a good job trying to do the best that they can to do this. By the time I'm also done, I would want you to hopefully be able to see the need for life insurance. I also want you to know that there's some urgency to getting life insurance, and I will go through that in a bit. So there's an urgency to getting life insurance. By the time I'm done, you should be able to see that, I hope. I'm also going to talk about a little bit of new types of life insurance. Over the months, I've been getting questions as to, okay, what type and all that. So I'll talk a little bit about the types of life insurance. I also talk about how and where you can get life insurance, okay? I don't know if some people are trying to come in. Let me see if I can see that, Madam Chairman, give me a second. I don't see anybody yet. Okay, so let's get to the first part, life insurance protection awareness. It's been the major objective of this association and the executive, Victor Akwa, when he became president, he made it a point to work on making sure AKISAN members have access to some kind of protection. And so it's been an ongoing campaign, even with the welfare committee under the chairmanship of Mrs. Weminya. And personally too, I've been embarking on a campaign to try to make sure all our members are aware. The job is ongoing, so I'm doing the best that I can to make sure we all are aware, okay? We all know this, that this is a necessity, okay? Now, the need for life insurance, we're all gonna go one day. We all know that. And many of us have experienced, either have lost loved ones, even within the association, we've been seeing it happening. So you cannot say, no one can say, oh no, they don't, I don't need life insurance. So it's a necessity, okay? Now, because we all gonna get there, we all need some kind of protection. It can be for funeral expenses, for burial expenses. You can use life insurance for income protection. If you want to leave some money for the family, if something happens, not if you want, you should. Because if something happens to you as a breadwinner, be it husband and the wife, now your income will stop. Once you pass on, your income ceases. No company that you work for is going to continue to pay your family if you die. So you need some kind of income protection. It is usually suggested that you get a certain amount of your income per year to make sure the family will at least survive for a while when your income stops. So everything doesn't go crazy. So you can use life insurance to protect your income. Life insurance, many people use it as a very financial, a way to kind of complete their financial package, their investment package. It's for financial security for your family. Now, you don't buy life insurance. You guys can see that. Hopefully everybody can see the screen. You don't buy life insurance because you are going to die, but because those that you love are going to live. And you all know what that means. You go, they're going to be around. Now, I bring that here to share a little bit of this that I've learned over the years. Current family picture, major provider of the family needs. We need expenses paid, groceries and stuff. You look at that graph here over there. You need to have a husband, the wife. You have some children in between. This is the picture of a family. You need, that's the family strong, everything is going well. But God forbid, if you look at the next slide there, there's difficulties maintaining. If something happens to one, let's say the husband, in some household, it may be the wife that is the breadwinner. But either way, if something happens to one of you, there's going to be difficulties in maintaining that same lifestyle, paying the mortgage, paying the bill, even the kids going to school, college, So there will be no more balance if one of you goes. Now, if you look at the third picture there, basically with life insurance, you bring the balance back. Or you cannot bring the person back, unfortunately, but at least financially, the family would be able to maintain and still do the things that they would have done as if if you were here, if you were still around. So there will be minimum financial adjustment made, but then you still have some kind of stability because you had that life insurance to protect your family. Mortgage will still get paid. Now, the urgency of life insurance, I mentioned that in the past, but it is urgent that you get it right away, as soon as you can, as soon as you can financially afford it. And even though that can be worked around, life insurance is cheapest when you are young and healthy. So some people say, I wait a few months. Meanwhile, your next birthday comes up, the rate is going to be higher. God forbid your health is no longer good. You may not be able to get coverage or you're going to pay more. So it is urgent that you get it as soon as you can, when you can, okay? It's more expensive when you are older and in poor health. You're going to pay more. You can also even become uninsurable. So the best time to do it is like now, when you're younger and healthy. Or now, if not, you're not younger and healthy now, unfortunately, that's part of our demographics, but you get it as soon as possible. There's so many different types of life insurance. People have asked me, we all know, some of you know this, so you have the term life insurance. It's basically temporarily, that's what the word means. It's term, it's going to expire at a certain time. It can be 10 years, it can be 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, depending on how you set it up to be. It's temporal, it's going to expire. It is designed to expire before you expire. So most people outlive term life insurance. It suits certain purposes if that's what you wanted to do, if you just want it for that period of time. Let's say you have a mortgage, you have a 30-year mortgage, you want the life insurance to cover you for the 30 years, then it's over. Then you can do that. So it works for certain situations. And that does that. But just so you know, it's just temporal. Then you have the permanent life insurance. Some people call it whole life. It's also bundled under universal life or index universal life, but it's permanent. It just as the word says, it will cover you for as long as you live if you decide to work that way. It's permanent. It's not going to terminate. Most times the premium stays the same. It builds cash value, so you can have access to the cash. You probably heard that. So most permanent life insurance policies have cash value accumulation. You can borrow from it. I've seen people take out thousands and thousands. I've got clients over the years use to pay down or pay the first year of your kids' college from cash value policy. So you can do a lot of things. With the permanent policy, you also have living benefits with those. Most of you already know, if you don't, you've heard terminal illness, cancer, critical illness, stroke and stuff. most permanent life insurance policies, most life insurance policies these days, is built into to have those living benefits. So it's not just the cash value or the permanent coverage. There's other benefits that come to it, as part of the program. I just mentioned these briefly. There's also the accidental life policy. That's just something that covers you either while you're traveling for a certain trip, or while if you die in an accident, you've got a car crash, then it's the cheapest stuff that you can get, just for, mostly for younger people. If you have an accident, they'll pay. If you die of natural causes in your sleep or whatever of disease, that does not pay. In fact, even if you have that, you have to really look into it, because there's usually so many calls that would, probably stop them from paying the claim if you died in a certain way. Sometimes the accident has to be another car hitting another car and all that. So those are basically the few types that I can mention to you. Now, it's good to know, at least have an idea where and how and where you can get life insurance. Some people have life insurance with their employers, their jobs. I mean, that's added benefit at work that you have. It's there, get it, okay? Get it. Some employers, some employers will pay some of the premiums for you, or all. And that's, if you have it, you have it. It's a supplement. I call it supplement, because you're gonna leave your job at some point in time. That is gone. If you, the company decides to change over or close it out, you don't have the coverage. Remember, meanwhile, you're getting older. So he works for what he works for. They say you get what you pay for. So employer, you can, when they have open enrollments and stuff, look into it and see if you have access to life insurance policies available. If it's available, get it. So you can get it that. Or you can also go through the internet and search life insurance, click right, type life insurance, you're gonna see a whole lot of things pop up. So that's another way you can get life insurance. You can get it directly from the insurance companies themselves, even though that's getting kind of closed out. You may have to go through agents and stuff, but some life insurance companies, they might admit you, so you can look into it. So there's no reason you shouldn't have life insurance. You can get it from a licensed agent or broker like us and my colleague that's on the line. Dr. Wemikwan. I mean, you can get it from any of them. You can get it from any agent in your area. I mean, the key is for you to have some protection. You don't have to come to us. You don't have to come. We're just a vehicle avenue to make it easier for you. And I'm going to go into that in a minute. My agency is Emotional Agency. You can come to me. You can go through my website, which I'll touch a little bit. When this program started, I work for so many companies. I've done this for a while. When this program came up with the association, I basically sat down and designed a program for the association so you can make it easier and stuff. So I'll go a little bit through that in a minute. So we, AKISAN, obviously, with the organization, your organization, we prefer that you come to one of us. But if you want to go through all the headache of looking through, you know how many thousands and thousands of insurance companies or agents are there that they are in the world or within your community, you can look. But we, as an association, I prefer you come to us, come to one of us, because I've done the job, the due diligence of looking through the programs, designing benefits that will work for us. I've been with us, so I see what's been happening, our demographics and stuff. So I got that pretty much done for you. Association, some of the companies, when we started this in March, I only had a few companies that I had to work with us, but I've since expanded that. Some of the companies that I've gotten to work with us here, they give association discounts to members. So basically we're in partnership with my agency anyway. It's in partnership with A-rated companies, no small companies. You can mention a few areas, and I can write business in any state Now, there are employer-sponsored life insurance policy, like I was talking. There's a little bit of pros and cons, which I went through that already. all employees are eligible, guaranteed, or simplified issue policies, meaning you can get it once you work there. So like I said, employer may contribute, some may not. It's cheap and it's inexpensive. You get it from the work, but the cons is it's just minimum coverage you can get. You can only get a certain amount of your salary or just enough to do this. So you cannot get all you need, not tailored to your specific needs. Employer maintains control of the insurance. You are at the mercy of the employer. Generally terminates. I think I mentioned that before. When your employment terminates, most often there are those term policies. So those are, if you get in from the job, just know that. You need to know that. But life insurance at work is a nice benefit, but may not be enough or be there to protect your family when the time comes. So you may need more or you may need less. That's why we say we prefer you come to one of us, okay? My agency, More Insurance Agency, here's the information. It's available on the website. Click on my name, you go you go through that and you can pick out the benefits that you want. I've since had my website upgraded a little bit. So in fact, you can get up to, I'm gonna go through that in a minute. You can get coverage without having any medical requirement. My agency is also part of when I build this term. I'm trying to get some of our kids or young people or people that are in the market or want to get into business. They can come work with us and we can help our people together. Now, you really, of course, can't get life insurance when you need it. The best time is now. We'll save the questions for later, but before I take a couple of minutes, Madam Chairman, Mr. President, to show you this. You get on the website and you click on my name. This is what you see. This is the program that I basically designed and worked together to suit our demographics, to suit our people here. Now, you know, this is it's me. I'm not going to waste time through that, but when you go, you click on the home, you just basically type, insuranceagency.com, as you see here, insuranceagency.com/AKISAN. Okay, you get there and this shows you, brings you to this page. You go to the home page, that's what you have. Then you click on the products. It tells you basically what I put together, you have to be from age 0 to age 85 to get a plan. I thought that would fit our situation, our group. And you can get a plan if you're within that age group. You can get anything from 1,000 to 35,000 in the whole life plan. So you look at the products here. I have the Life Solutions Plan, the Golden Solutions Plan. What you do once you click that, if it's what you want, like I said, this minimum 5,000. You can go to 35,000. This is the whole life plan that builds the cash value, has the benefits. And you have to be within the age 0 to 49 for that plan. You click on that, it brings you to a quote page. I'm gonna leave that for a minute. You go to Golden Solutions Plan. It's also a whole life plan, but this is for people from age 50 to 85. 5,000 to 35. And average funeral expenses in the US is about, I would say 8 to 10,000. So if you're getting 10,000, that's enough to take care of things, because the association's concern is for everyone to have something, to be there to at least pay for your funeral if something happens to one of us. If you want more, you can get more. If some of us that want to be buried at home or go back home, obviously you're gonna need more than 10,000. So these are all, again, I don't want to say guaranteed, but simplified issue plans. You don't need a medical to get what it is. You have to be in the US to get this plan that is here. You have to be either a resident, a citizen, or even an F1 student. You can get this plan and it covers you anywhere in the world. It doesn't pay, it will pay anywhere you are. Even if you go back home, you're still paying the premium, you have the plan. It's yours once you have it. And the premium stays the same. Like I said, it builds cash value. So if this is for you, you click request a quote and it brings you up. Now, I also have made available the term plan. These are all plans that you can get without medical. You have to be between age 18 to 70, minimum 25,000. That's for our younger folks that want to cover a little bit more coverage in the case of like, like I said, income replacement, mortgage protection, stuff like that. You can get these are term, like I talked about before, the term. I've had this maximum increase to 500,000. So you can do between 25 and 500,000 without any medical requirement. They're going to want to know your life. They're going to want to know your breathing. So you're not going through medical. They might get a phone call or, so to just talk to you. That's part of the underwriting they do. And they will check your information in all the avenues they have available. The drugs, the MIB and all that to make sure that you don't have any issues that they don't know about. Now, in any of these, if that's what you pick, you click request a quote. I'm almost done, a couple minutes. It will bring you to a page where you would request your quote. Once you do that, you click on the chapter that you belong to, pick your chapter. Let me just, for the sake of the national, I'll pick Atlanta. All right, you put your name, your information and all that, and boom, once you're done, you click submit. It comes to my office and we eventually, within a few days, generate a quote and send it to you, okay? Now, you didn't go through because I didn't put any information in there, but that's basically it on my program. Remember, this is what I put together for us that would work, would go with what we want our people to get as far as final expenses, bureau expenses. I think that's it for me. I'm going to hand it over to the chairman and wait for the questions time. Okay, I appreciate your audience. I appreciate the time and the opportunity. And Akwa is on.
Yeah.
So much. Thank you. Please check if we admit.
Let me see if we have people.
I think you can give me the host.
I can. How do I send it back to you? By the way.
Go to me. Look for me.
Okay.
Yes, and then click on me. You'll see where it says more. And then when you click on the more, you'll see host. So that you click on the host.
Okay. Okay. Click on you.
Have you seen me?
I've seen you now, so I'm gonna go make host. Okay.
Yes, make me host. Thank you.
Okay. You're on, Madam Chairman. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. President. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Let me admit people. Sorry.
Good job, Ibom.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please. Yes. Just a moment, please. Give me a minute. There's some people here. Yes. Apologies if I'm just admitting you. We had a question with the hosting, so I'm glad that you're in. Apologies for that. So thank you so much, Mr. Moison. And our next presenter is Dr. Uwemekwan. Thank you. Then after that, we will have opportunity for questions. And like I said, the most important thing for us to take away from here is the need for life insurance. And so please take over, Dr. Uwemekwan.
Can we get a song to get the
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, one moment. What can let me see something. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this will stop other screen sharing. Do you want to continue?
Okay.
I don't want to share that screen anymore. Can I stop the sharing? 1 second.
Oh, I need to stop. I'll stop it.
Yes, thank you.
I'm out.
I thought I could. Yes,
I'm
thank
out.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're out. Thank you so much.
Okay. I think
Okay.
everybody can hear me now.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Akwa Ibom is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Akwa Ibom, my name is, the topic of life insurance for me, it's I take it personal. And I take, somebody told me the other day, when I thought you have, your nickname is Sir Life. I thought because you sell life insurance, that is why. No, actually that's my name, When Life. For our people, for 29 years that I've been doing this, December 28, 1992, it's been a big hurdle to finally get to this point. I have spoken in most of the convention, council meeting, wherever I am. And so one thing I want to put out first is this. My coming in today does not mean that you have to come and buy life insurance from Uwemekwan Insurance Agency. No, I'm coming in for community awareness, for people to really understand the impact. I was in a community of friends yesterday trying to make arrangement to get a body home. And when I contacted the funeral home to get the body, not to you, but to Lagos, is $16,000.
Mr. Ladiyo, your line. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Is everybody hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, I'm afraid we're going good, though.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Go ahead,
Okay.
sir.
So when we get that information from the funeral home, not that I did not know, I have done that so many times. This particular time is like $16,000. So there's a lot of us that said, okay, I'm one of those people. I've already told my wife that, but the question is this: do I want her to go cut her hair and sell before take me home? No, I have to make that provision. I have to be. All of us have to get to that point in life to make that decision. Otherwise, people that you leave behind will have to carry that burden, and it's just not very, very helpful. The question is, why life insurance? And why buy it? And by the way, the gentleman before me has kind of tell you what life insurance is all about, why it's important. The reason that it's important is because I want everybody to just close your eye for a minute and think about this. Tomorrow, maybe 90% of us here will be driving either to the grocery store, to your job, to your church, to your friend, your sister, some kind of way you're going to be driving. And I want you to think about this for one quick second. When you get inside your car, there is insurance in that car. And you would not dare want to go against the state law not to have that insurance. You know why you have it? Because you're forced to do it. And when you come back and think about it, so does it actually make sense? You are forced to buy insurance so that you can drive your car. And then when you drive that car, when you get home, where is the car? Is it in your bedroom or is it in the driveway? So think about, let that marinate a minute into everybody. So when you think about that, so this is what we could call misplaced priority. This is the question. It is only 1% chance, only 1% chance you have a total loss in your car. 1% chance. And most of you live in a house, an apartment, in a condo, house, a 200, a 300, maybe $1 million house. And you cannot stay in that house without insurance for one day, but I want you to think about this. It's only 0.2% chances that your house that you live in will be burned down, which is one of the things that you buy home insurance. Can you imagine that? But think about this. 100% chances that you or me gonna die. So when you put it in that perspective, you can now see how important is the life insurance. Unfortunately, some of us, tomorrow I'm going to the office, they're going to be 1 or 2, 3 people I cannot sell life insurance to. Why? Because of their health. 2, because they get to age 84, 86 that you cannot get insurance. Now they want to get it. So the question of the day is, get it when you're young, get it when your health is good, get it when you don't have to worry about. And Ibom said something a while ago. He said, as long as your financials are okay. I'm going to say a little different. Folks, see, if it is something that you want to do, you could find a way to make that money available. In my household, I used to have all these channels. Then at the end of the day, we only watch like 2 channels. My kids are not even watching they play on their iPad now. So what did I do? Call the cable company, give me just the basic cable, $29 instead of $150. You just create money there. Take that money and put in life insurance. So some kind of way, you can always create money to make good on your life policy. I don't care how small it is. Now they said, oh, I have insurance in my job. Really? No. You have something that the job wants you to keep there. They make you just pacify you a little bit so that you can do your job. Folks, when you leave that job, it's very many insurance, you cannot take it with you. Even if you have to take it with you, if the company that your job have that insurance does not have what we call convertible privilege, you cannot convert that policy. Now, you're going to go start looking for insurance when you're 75, 70 years old? No. Yes, you can, but you're going to pay the price. So even though you have insurance in your job, folks, resolve it today that you're going to call your agent. Don't call the women, don't call him or his son. Do something. Find a way to have a supplement. In fact, for those of us that, some of us that are 65 years old, why do the federal government have what they call supplemental Medicare supplement? You know why? Because it's something that Medicare can pay and things that Medicare cannot pay. So you have what is called a Medicare supplement. Medicare supplement is nothing but insurance. That insurance is what there's going to be things that Medicare could pay, and afterward they cannot pay. Then your supplement kicks in. So I want everybody to have a supplemental life policy that is something a little away from your job. Now, for those of you that are young, like our new digital president, and you got a young children and all this stuff, life insurance builds cash value. I got 4 children. I'm gonna use them as example. Please don't, when they were 2 weeks old, about policies for all of them. Do I want something to happen to my kids, folks? Absolutely not. But maybe because I work in this industry, all their policies is paid for. I got what they call a 10-pay life policy. After 10 years, the policy is paid up for life forever. Grandparents, they could buy this kind of policies for their grandchildren also, if it is possible, if you can afford it. There's a policy that is called second to die. Second to die or first to die, either one. It's a part of a life insurance. That's the first person die, the second person don't have to worry about the proceed. It's a little cheaper when you combine those kind of policies called first to die, the first person die, the money is there for the other person to continue. Or the second to die, when the first person die, you know, you can carry on until the second person die, the policy pays. All that is a combination of policies to make it easier for people to have a policy. So all I'm going to say to you, everybody, is there is a price to pay for waiting. That price could be, like I said earlier, it could be maybe your age or anything else. It's what we call FNA. FNA means financial needs analysis. Anybody that you say, I have my financial person, and any good financial human being in this life, when you go to sit and talk about your finance, if first or the second thing is not about you getting a good life policy, it is not a very good financial plan. Life insurance is one of the hallmark of a financial planning, sorry. So the book that I wrote, that most of you eventually would have a chance. The book is right here. It is called Improving Succession Planning Within Property and Casualty and Life Insurance, right here. This is the book by Dr. Weme Kwan. And all that says is when you do your financial planning, life insurance is going to be one of those things that, that you have to use to supplement it. So my family, my people, this only thing that is only one thing that is certain in this life. That thing is like one day, somebody's going to die. And when he dies, please do not allow your families to go through untold hardship that does not make any sense. Let's talk about group insurance for a minute. For years since I've been in AKISAN, like I was telling somebody the other day, out of the 34 convention, I have been in 32 of them. And we've been talking about group insurance, talk about it, folks. It sounds so good. But for association like AKISAN, group insurance is not, it's okay. A lot of people, there's some of us that are good, that want to go ahead and contribute money. And when they have convention, so that the association have money to pay, but a lot of people don't want to. And that is why it's always fair. There are few chapters that have that, and they have it a couple of years, they cannot pay, okay? So the insurance industry, most of the big insurance industry will do a group policy. They want to do it. A group of 5, when you have 5 or more people, I can write group insurance. But for AKISAN, it is difficult. The reason is this. I want everybody to hear this so that you know. The reason that we cannot get a good group policy because it is difficult to underwrite. Insurance companies.
Just a moment, please. I'm sorry. The NSSN, please can you mute your line?
Go on.
The NSSN, please mute your line. It's interfering. Thank you. Yes.
Please, can't you mute him?
I'll have to mute everyone.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm going to on mute. Mute for because more ban boy than a more information night time for more information because you don't bother with your army. So the very important thing.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Weme, please continue.
So I was again, I was talking about group insurance. So when you have a group of 5, let's say we have a group of 5 firefighters. The insurance company have a parameter to underwrite. They know that these people are firefighters. But in a group like AKISAN, almost 24 of us here, maybe most of us here are doing different kind of job. So we are not in the same line of occupation. So that is why it poses a problem for most of the big company that have good rating do not want to take life policy for non-profit organization. So assuming that, let's say a small group of people that say we are group of, hair braiders. 5 hair braiders can get a group policy because all of them are doing the hair braiding business. So that is why it is so difficult. Yes, like I said, some chapters have tried, but then the members, fluctuate. They cannot want to pay the premium. The other people grow older and so on and so forth. So the solution is this. For individual, I'm going to keep preaching this till the cow come home. Everybody, do not wait for the community to get you a life policy. The community, AKISAN does not come and buy Gary and Efere and Obo and everything for you in your house. Therefore, this outreach that Madam Vice President and the President, the light that is being shown here is for us to be fully informed. Get out and get a policy. Again, I want to put this one more time. Please, for God's sake, even if you don't buy it from me, you need a question answer. You need ask. For me, as a Ibom person, you can call me and ask the question. You can go buy from somebody else. The reason this is crucial is because Utebe call me. at one point, things are happening in alarming process. I don't want to say what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say the gentleman that just passed away, pack his bag, get a ticket to come to convention just one day before it traveled to convention. The person died. Is that not? It's just scary. So it could happen to any of us. So please, it is time to find a way, protect yourself. Don't make your family, yes, take care of the living. Nobody is going to take care of you. Just like you take care of everything else. When we finish tonight, 24 of us make life insurance top priority. If you don't have it, don't think like you're in the closet. Oh, if I tell somebody I don't have it, no, be open up. The people to help you do it. Again, I don't want to beat on the dead horses. We're gonna have time for questioning. I still have like a few minutes that I should talk, but I'm just gonna pause there because most of the other thing that I wanted to say, Isong has already said it. I don't want to duplicate them, but my people, for those of you that knows me, I have said this and I'll say it again. Please, life insurance probably might be the best thing that you can do. Remember also that it's what they call contestable period, 2-year contestable period. So when you buy a policy, have that in mind. It's not like car insurance. What contestable period is this? When you buy a life policy, insurance company, if you die within 2 years, they're going to pay, but they might be subject. They're going to investigate a little bit, then they will pay. But after 2 years, I have paid $250,000 claim like 2 years ago. The person killed himself. Life insurance will pay for any day, whatever. If you kill yourself after 2 years and 1 day, it will pay. So, and then, you know, for somebody, mute your phone, please. And then another thing too, if you are in a bind, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good you are. You go to the bank to say, oh, can I get $10,000? You're going to need everything, but you can walk into my office or for that matter, any insurance agent office that you have that policy within 2 minutes. I'm not saying 2 hours. I will print you a check in my office out of your life policy. Now that is how good. You tell me anything else that could do that without no headache. And guess what? You do not have to pay that money back. So don't fall to the okie doke people that walk around, buy term, invest the rest, buy term, invest the rest. That is nonsense. Because what are you going to invest the rest for? They don't tell you. So folks, if you get a little good, better policy, get it while you can move, get it while your strength is there, reduce the amount of stockfish that you buy, save $1 a day. A day, you get $30 a month. You can use that to buy a small life policy. So my people, I'm going to end there for the question. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to get in your space this evening. This is Dr. Uwemekwan, the hardest working man in Akwa Ibom, period.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you to our speakers. It's been a lot of information, very informative. And we're going to open it up now for a question and answer session. So please raise your hands if you have a question. We're going to spend about 15 minutes to do this. So please, if you go to the reactions, you can see where to raise your hand. That would be easy for us to see. Okay, Sister Idaro, oh, Madam. Okay, Dr. Idara Panegwad. Yes, I see your hand on the screen.
And then you see my hand, Israel.
My question is to Dr. Uwemekwan. I'd like for him to explain more on the convertible privilege. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Convertible privilege means that assuming that you have a term policy with a company, and then you can convert that term insurance to a permanent insurance without evidence of insurability. Now, let me explain what evidence of insurability is, which is a real big deal. So for those of you that have a term policy, you can convert that policy if you have the convertible privilege in that policy without evidence of insurability. It's a big word, but what it's all about is this. Let me use myself for example. 2010, I was diagnosed with the high blood pressure. Now, assuming that I have a term policy, if I go to convert that term policy now, insurance companies are going to ask me no question whatsoever. Because if I have the term policy before I was diagnosed with that, the high blood pressure that I'm taking medication with. So even if you have diabetes, any terminal disease, any terminal illness, COPD, you know, anything, if the company that you have your term insurance is, they have that privilege, you can convert that policy to a permanent insurance. Just like his song said a while ago, permanent insurance meaning whole life policy or universal life policy without them asking you not one question about your health, they will convert that policy. So no matter how bad, even if you are, okay, let me put it very straight. Even if you are bedridden, they will convert that policy for you. That's what that means.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, Israel, you were the second. Israel, Ubo, yourself.
I'm going to present that.
Yes, okay, Yari.
Okay. Madam, you already call me song, yeah, Dr. Kwang. Singing in army, it will only for the welfare. We lost a lot of lives. We have lost a lot of lives, and I'm only in the welfare. I stay yet to because by the onion get guys it are anywhere. I'm not buying the young to yeah, I've been this student, them I present convention, but we know in I thank bomb no one for maybe when if that's Dr. Ibom song. Yeah, be man is every schedule this meeting, not touch of revenue be acquired. They won't seem better. I know better. This is live, but maybe don't want me live at them. Live at them, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Israel. And just to verify, actually, this is for the whole AKISAN. It may put on here at the different forums, the chapter presidents on the joint forums were supposed to send this information to the different chapters, links. You can put AKISAN stakeholders. While the meeting is going on, I've sent reminders to people to those forums. So but you can't force it. So to us, if we truly want to use the resources that we have to get the necessary information to move on with our lives in a progressive way. So Mbok, thank you so much. Then Mark, was that a president in order? Did I see your hand somewhere? Okay.
No, my hand is still up.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you can ask your question.
Madam VP, thank you very much for doing this. I know this is not the first time, but it is sad. This thing went out to all chapter presidents. I'm looking around to see if I see people from my chapter, but I will reserve my comments for later with my people. Because I said, you know, this thing has been circulated. It has been many times. So I'm not saying no one should have excuse. I know we have our busy lives, but you know, 27 people. A lot of them are chapter presidents or the executive or the presenters. Not good. I missed the first presenter because I had trouble getting in. I don't know. I was waiting. But the issue of, group insurance, I've been chapter president in New York going 6-7 years now. We have tried to get that group insurance. It doesn't work anymore since Obama came and messed the definition of group up, as Dr. Kwan very, very succinctly explained. So it is sad. You people, we have to get something, as little or as big. It doesn't have to be big. We just have to do something. Please tell your friends. Tell your friends. Don't leave it to your chapter president. Be the spokesperson for the. Be your brothers and sisters keeper. Please, please, please. This is serious. I know. I have my own issues. We all have our individual issues, but it's a good thing. I rest.
Thank you so much. Okay, make it Austin. Your hand, but yeah, me, I mean, many make it. Bring this. Dr. Kwan, I like to have an insight. For most of our people that are in the 60s and above, my son, what would be the suggestions for that age group? The policies become very expensive, so that they will make me yes, kiddo that can work especially those age group policy 50,000, 100,000 baht because it may be very expensive. So what's your suggestion to people in that group? Would it make sense to at least get something that can give somebody a place of rest if something were to happen? Thank you.
First I'm good. I mean, it's a hybrid is better than none. For those group of people, song will chime on this. That is why insurance company, in fact, one of the fastest selling policy is called final expense. It's a very small policy, $10,000. It's about 3 questions. If all the answer to those 3 questions or 4 questions is no, then they're going to issue that policy. So I advise people age 50 and up, that policy is like the best deal. It's a little rated policy. Let me tell everybody what that means. It's rated policy because the underwriting on those policies are very low. So it is a little markup policy, but then you're going to have a policy, and it's a whole life policy. This is the good news about that little policy. That policy has what we call accumulated dividends, or you could do what is called paid up addition. What paid up addition means is this: insurance company pays dividends on life insurance. Now that dividend that is paid out will buy additional policy. For instance, let's assume that somebody is 50 years old today, and you buy that little policy, $10,000 policy, final expense. By the time that person gets to 65, that policy could be a $15,000 or $20,000 policy, because depending on how much dividend the company pays, each time they pay a dividend, it buys more life insurance and keep adding up to your total death benefit. So, Isong, if you have something to add, please, sir.
I don't mind if I do. Thank you, Dr. Kwan. Well, what I can say to that, my answer to that would be this. I usually tell my clients, like Uwem said, something is better than nothing. What I ask is, instead of you trying not to do anything, I ask you, how much can you afford a month? How much can you spare a month to do something? If you can spare $30 a month, $40 a month, it's better than nothing. Let us know, and we can try to get you something for that now, and then work from there. So just look at affordability. If you can have a few bucks, like Uwem said, you can always find money somewhere. I mean, how much is a trip to McDonald's these days? You spend $20 just like that. So I often would say, just let me know what you can afford a month and we work something. So don't wait to say, all right, until you have $100 a month. Just check it out. That's
the system today in the estate.
Because in Mississippi, maybe they don't vaccinate, they don't have.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for that answer.
Okay.
Because at least since most of the AKISAN population is in that age moving up, to know that it's not all over, there is something, and I'm going to sit here to say that a lot of these chapters, there were people that had bought term life policies only to find out that as they hit 70, 65, it's no more. So from what we are hearing, there are still small policies that are available that can be still affordable. So if we have questions, we can ask more and understand better. So Sister Betty, your hand was up. Betty Austin, I don't see you, but your hand was up. You have a question? Okay. So I've looked at the chat. I don't see any hands up. Anybody has a question?
Yeah, I'm a member there. Israel.
Okay. Israel, okay. Your
question. Our one, Ibom. At what age can we know your insurance? I remember when I'm 55, I have to tell you the truth about my age so that and the urban insurance game, so I can call it back. Not on back by I'm in the Yemen, I don't have me. So send you and again, to the Bunam, not the non-stop in the body's insurance. Send you already on.
Well, that is but we're going to answer it either way.
Right.
What we would do after this symposium, I call it that way. You can either call me and call it song. We have projections of every age. In fact, from age 00. Like I said earlier,
right.
My children have started their insurance when they were 2 weeks old, which is what the underwriting requirements are. So yeah, the age, as long as you are below the age of 84, for me, you can get insurance. Then we will design it for what is affordable. It better be there 1 million is available. And now you also asked another question. If I tell you how many, if you open live application and see, forget about all that. It's going to be actually individual health. There are going to be some areas that the insurance company is going to say, no, we need to look at this again. But for those little policy that we are talking about, Isong mentioned this, there's some policy that he sells that they don't ask you a question, maybe 10,000. I do have those too. Very simple to write those. So on individual basis, when we finish this meeting, for you, and I do have a very good relationship with you and your family as a whole, but we can always talk about that. So Isong, please, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Kwan. I'll go on Israel. So basically, I'm okay. The age is now. Your age now is good enough. You can get coverage. 55, you're young. Okay. At least if you wait till 56, you're gonna pay more. If you wait till 57, you're gonna pay more either way. So the age to get it is now. And as far as how much coverage, again, just work it with what you can afford, budget, a little bit of something, but at least try to get enough to for, like I said, final expenses. Average in the US, to 10,000 should be fine, 8 to 10,000. But if you want to go back home, like Dr. Ikwan, we might be looking at 25, 30, 40,000. So it's all up to you. Talk to us, reach out to us. We'll work it out with you as an individual basis. Health-wise, I can tell you right now, if you have cancer right now, you can't get coverage. You have HIV right now, you can't get coverage. If you are in a nursing home ready to go, you can't get coverage. So as long as you try to get it before all that, like I said, now you're better off. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Somebody, yeah, it takes 2 more people. I know this is very interesting. I'm looking at the time. It's 8:12, so we have 2 more. Okay, I see 2 more hands. I'll make it 3 hands. Upon we are going to do this 3 hands, and then we will have to round this up. So the next person is Gloria Odell. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. But thank you so much, both of you, for the presentation. And I can have a question. I'm in Mogo, Anjoko. But this is what we can take back, because we have people out there. Let me join them, but at the end, and Yanga, I came back from my daddy's funeral, and then at the meeting, daddy man life insurance, but at the meeting, I have to let them know, mom make plans to go home. You plan, put your own plan in place. So we have to get this information out there. And I'm not young at that. You already put the book, young, you don't, I don't, put back tongue. I mean, nobody knows tomorrow. Right now, we have this disease around. We have to plan about it. And I need to put plans in place. So my advice is that to me, I'm mad and that I didn't move insurance. You have to have something else to fall back on. No matter what, can you do more about for you? I think that's where we are right now. Man, I write you to go. I back and tell do doctor, I don't say do nurse, and near YouTube. Would you want to bong young can do, and you are in. So we need this insurance. I didn't young them. Iran me in yam from me, a person from me. Let us try and get it. Use this opportunity, use this chance. In the room. Oh, young, I feel charity begins at home. This is it. Young in Nam, young in them. Let us spread it to Bonimi, Ikamadiko, putting a down, Ikamadiko, well. In your city now, we do our best. So, same in Kamadita, because I mean, you want as yet many times, as yet. You do a part of a quite one association, it do Nigeria, to a quite. Then I'm a wheel. I didn't tell me, make wheel, keep by the so we need to look at it. Thank you so much. I couldn't move forward by saying I'm presentation. I mean, thank you so much. And thank you putting this together.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was here on a flow.
But Madam Vice, there was one thing on the chat. Let me take 30 seconds to explain what that means. It's what they call return of premium. You know, so consider about ways to go at bango bamiang. Insurance, is it better? Okay. If you want to really protect yourself too, there is what is called return of premium. Make me the insurance 30 years. After 30 years, insurance company give you back all that money. So I just want to put that out. There is a policy like that. If there are some skeptics about insurance, you can buy that one. 75, 85, they give that money back to you. All the money that you pay.
Yep. Yeah, 100.
Okay, thank you. So, Pastor,
yeah,
Pastor.
Yes, I'm a girl, yeah. If me become the hardest working man, yeah, it is so. There's a more put up. Come national vice president. Can you head that committee? I'm going to be very brief. Personally, my term life insurance. But yeah, you got your 20 years. It's always gone. Akwa. So gonna get a year and a year and be that because maybe on the importance of insurance. That is the information. Now my question is, a mixed group. Are we not the exposure to risk, the same. I want the idea of group life insurance for either AKISAN or any other community association. It not be pursued anymore. Although people do it on an individual basis. That's my question.
Is that okay, was that a question or you need an
Yeah,
explanation?
but what I don't care for
Yes.
group life insurance.
Yes.
So we don't need to worry about group life insurance anymore because we are not in the same age group and we are not suffering the same kind of risk.
Well,
yes, apparently that is what one is that noise, so young silence. Thank you, Pastor. That's what we've gathered here because group life chapters that had it have experienced a lot of issues. So individual, I don't recommend it. Thank you. Then I think we have
Ngebi, Madam Chair, young and board.
okay.
Dr. Akwa had mentioned earlier, saying you can go to anybody to get like. I mean, I personally recommend you come to one of us. Okay, I mean, I know of certain communities. It wouldn't be just supporting your people, the organization, us, because you support us, your people. We supporting the organization as well. I know so many communities that will not do business with anybody else except people in their community. So if you have to go somewhere else, do. But there's nothing either of us in the life insurance business that we cannot help you with. So I just wanted to okay.
Isang, thank you so much for clarifying that, folks. Let me tell you a few things. God forbid, if something happened to any of you or any of us, and that policy was with me, believe me, the magnitude of service that we would render surpassed any other agent that you will have. And so that is personal to me. Like a young girl that died in Charlotte, had an accident, 26 years old. And I'm the one that gave her a paper to go get a driver's license. And he got that. And when I went to that house, to the mother's house with the check, it's become so personal to me. And so my people, like the song said, you can go somewhere else. If you have people, not only me, there's another person, Emmanuel, I think is doing life insurance. Emmanuel Cope has been doing it for 30 years. Not only two of us. Find some of your people. They will be there, stand by you when that day comes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, because we have the man, Aniemi, Alice. These are Akwa Ibom people that do insurance. But in Ibom pocket, let us patronize, let us have confidence with our own. And they will do us better. So the next person I could do, Margaret Mary.
Yes. I just want to say so to everyone that organized this. And what I want to say to the younger people, I am old, okay, but I want to say to the younger people, it is important to take advantage of this when you're younger. Because I started working with Ibom when I was much younger than I am. And I do have people contact me about insurance. And I realized that at my age, the older I am, the more expensive it is. It doesn't matter who you work with, but take advantage of this for yourself and for your family. That's all I have to say. But this is so important to our people that I had to say something. The earlier you start, the better, the cheaper, and the better for your family and friends. So,
thank you. But I promise us we're not gonna go past 8:30 Eastern time. 8 more minutes. I know we've extended it out. But might take these 2 hands up. I will be take another one. She would have been the last person, but I know this is an important subject. But Madam President Dana Fair, you are the next one, and the last person for tonight is our sister Becky Austin.
Oh, thank you so much. Our Honorable National Vice President, thank you for putting this together. Bryson and my life, Dr. Uwem, thank you for your presentation and your dedication to AKISAN. My question is this. I am aware that some churches, which also I believe a 501(c)(3), whether it's one or whatever next, meaning non-profit organization, have been able to write life insurance for their members. Do we know, since it seems to be not as easy for us in AKISAN, with, like you said, or somebody rightfully put, with different exposure to risk, can any one of you explain why the churches can do it and AKISAN as a non-profit cannot have a group policy?
Absolutely. The reason is this: there's a special provision that the insurance industry has. There's some insurance industries called fraternity association. Those fraternity associations specialize in writing those kind of policies for the church members, for the church organization, for the bona fide members of that organization. But that is not being open to all other non-profit organizations. So the question is, that is a very good question and pointed question. However, there's a special provision for, it's just like writing an auto policy for you and if somebody that is clergy. A clergy auto insurance is going to be different from what I'm going to be writing for you. So fraternity association are specialized in extending or writing those kind of group policy to the churches. I believe Isong might have something to add on that, but that is why it is so, because the charter for all other non-profit organizations make it a little difficult. Now, remember also, in a church, everybody become what? A member of that church group. There's a certain way that is viewed in the insurance with the actuaries, the people that make the price of life insurance. They have chunked these numbers together and make it. For instance, if you are a notary public, you can have a group policy being a notary public. They say, okay, everybody in this group, they're all notary public. You can have a policy. But for organization like our own, believe me, it is very difficult for the insurance company to make those policies available. State Farm is one of the biggest life insurance company in America. They don't touch it. New York Life, I mean, you name it, they don't. So that is why.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me add to that a little bit, if you don't mind. Okay. Now, to add to that, basically, even if that's the case too, though, it's still the same disadvantages. It still has the same disadvantages of having a group life policy. In some cases, it would be like a certificate where the church has control and things like that. And then you still run the risk of the coverage running out. So you still have the same disadvantages of a group policy. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So, Bob, the last first question for tonight is from Becky Austin.
Ufo isong
yo.
Even though I was disconnected for a period of time, I had to log back in. It's also okay, take time to do this. The only what I only have to say is just an observation. Come say free bone banga ke line me. Ngete mo work that last chapter because I think part of that is that this information president Yeneki Namayedo available. I think only maybe Margaret post, young the man post women. So, but with this, the next meeting, I mean, yeah, bring up this issue, meeting to let people know that these things are going on so that more dear. So, but it's also for bringing this to us and taking time to explain all this for us. God bless.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you.
Margaret had brought it to my attention. So, and actually, in frame, even though it was kind of late, I was President SBBAN, the link, but it was pretty much late for people to make plans. So, thank you so much for being a part of this. I think we've heard a lot and a lot to process, but I think for me, the takeaway though, I know that personally, we had term life policies when we were in our late 20s, and a lot of those things ran out. I'm fortunate to buy an overlaying policy later on in life. And so, but where we are, which was the one question I addressed, the AKISAN population, a lot of the people are in the other side of the 50s that life is making things, a little health issues, a little, aging, and then more increase in the policies in terms of money. So, but whatever it is, yeah, I want me to get something. Any little something is better than nothing. Yeah, about the picture at the pool, and somebody rightly said, I walk by some forum. I fucking maybe a winner and party can exactly. So thought of fucking you've got a woman here to go 1,000 policy, give it a work and they 1 year dinner,
Yes.
So that let's please spread the news amongst our friends, amongst our groups, and let's do whatever we can to help ourselves and our community. By taking this burden off and giving them peace. Somebody said one thing: let us not leave a big burden on our children. So let's do whatever we can. But thank you so much to our presenters. We really appreciate you. Thank you to our great national president, Mr. Toro Panikwat, a person that I hold a lot of respect for, a lot of love for his vision for this organization called AKISAN. We're in here together to build it and to move it to a better place, to make it a stronger organization. And I just always like to express my sincere appreciation of him because I know how hard he works. And I really see it's paying off. And we are hoping that someday AKISAN is going to be a place that we have on the map, that people can look back, and we will also be able to leave something for our generation to move on with when we are no more here. So thank you. We really appreciate everyone. On that note, quickly, has nothing to do with life insurance, but I brought it to the president's attention. The post, we post things, please grab it, do something with it. I posted at the Akwa Ibom Chamber of Commerce. It's been a great thing to see. We're going to be able to have some of our diaspora women being honored on the platform for what they do. So post, chapter president Mbe can go to Frawa. I mean, we have a limited number, but I just make it just to create equity in it and fairness. So if you have people that you want to recommend, women that have done something, you can send it to me, and with their profile, and we will look at it and the number. But actually, like I said, it's a limited list, but I'm just throwing it out there too. So thank you so much, Afrewo. My national president, do you want to say what before we shut down? Hello? Are you there? That's okay.
Madam, boy, I'm on mute.
I can make a step away.
Madam President,
Okay, Madam President, while waiting for the national president to say something, I think I can also use the floor to tell you thank you for your own great job to the AKISAN and to all members of Akwa Ibom people here. You have been a blessing to each and every one of us. Thank you for putting up this program, and I know that it will not end today. From time to time, you'll be bringing it up so we can discuss our daily matters. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have done a fantastic job. Thank you. God bless you.
God bless everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And I nominate you.
No, it's also involved. Thank you so much. From
Assistant Commissioner.
Support me. I nominate her. Support. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.